Welcome.
Hi, how are you? Welcome to our special event Speed Dating with American Culture. Today at the Consular Hall. Here we also have the American students and some circles of interest. Will be fun.
Welcome to the American Center at the U.S. Embassy, where our motto is Connect, Communicate, and Create. We're very fortunate this evening to have two groups of visiting American students, one group from the University of Central Florida and another group from the Lawrenceville School in New Jersey. And they're here to meet you, to talk to you about their experience as students in the United States, to learn more about Russian culture and Russian history, and to help you practice your English skills. So it should be a very fun evening. And to get started, I would like to ask the representatives of the two schools to say a few words about the program they're here on, and a few words about their students.
Thank you for coming here. We are very much looking to meet you all, and University of Central Florida is having a special program here in the study abroad in Moscow State University. And guys, I would love you to stand up. University of Central Florida people, they all have Russian language minors in their, they take Russian classes. And we are very happy to be here. This is our second year, actually. We are participating in this event, and I hope you will like us so much. And all the students are having a special presentation for you, and they are sitting and really waiting for your questions. Thank you very much again, and have a great evening.
Good evening. Our school is a private independent high school in the middle of the state of New Jersey, halfway between New York and Philadelphia. It's called the Lawrenceville School. And we are here for 2 weeks. Our school year just ended, and so we are here to explore Russia. We've been in Moscow, we will be at St. Petersburg and Rostov up in the northeast. And we have 13 of our students here who are eager to meet you, and we're very happy to meet you.
Thank you all for welcoming our special guests this evening. Let me just say a couple of words about the format of the event for those of you who are joining us for the first time. As you can see, there are 5 stations around the room, and each station is devoted to a particular topic, from diversity to student life in the United States to sports is over here, American culture, and U.S. geography. And so this is how it's going to work. Our American students are in the middle, so you get to talk to them. And when you hear the music, every 10 to 15 minutes we will play music, and that'll be your signal for our Russian guests to get up and move to another station, so that you're able to talk to as many people as you can this evening. And at the end of the program, we'll gather back together and we'll ask for a few volunteers to share their impressions, some interesting stories that you heard, some interesting questions, and then we'll wrap up for the night. Okay, is everybody ready? Anybody have any questions? I think we're ready to get started. Okay. You'll hear the music in about 10 minutes or so. Thanks. Thanks, Grace. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Lauren. What's your guys' names?
Dasha. Katya.
Nice to meet you. Do you guys have any questions?
What did you think, like, before coming to Russia, about Russia?
Okay, before coming to Russia, I guess there was a lot of mixed information that I was getting, especially from our media and how things were portraying, how they were portraying Russia. So one of the reasons why I wanted to come to Russia, I signed up for this trip, is to sort of see for myself sort of the differences between what I would see and how our media was portraying different things. So when coming here, I sort of had a little bit of skepticism. I had a little bit of a negative mindset based on what I've been told. But coming here, it's totally changed the way I viewed Russia. I've known that the people are very nice, a little more closed, but very nice. I remember one time I was leaving the Kremlin Armory, and I forgot my phone inside, and this woman just ran out, and she just gave it to me, and she gave me a huge hug, and I was just like, this is so nice. Nobody back in the United States would have given me my phone.
Do y'all have any questions about diversity? Maybe? No? We'll roll with it.
Are you diverse?
I'm sorry?
Are you diverse in some sort of?
Me? Oh, well, in the United States, I am and I'm not. I am not diverse because I'm white and I'm a man. It's the most boring thing you can be in the United States. However, my family is from Mexico, and my other half of my family is from Ireland. So I'm a second generation immigrant. My grandparents moved to the United States. They had my mom and my mom had me. So 2 generations ago, we were not citizens. We are now. But
Like they were Latin Americans?
I'm sorry?
They were Latin Americans?
My mom is Latin American. My dad is Irish. So they just came from 2 different places. My grandparents met during World War II. My grandfather was in the United States Army, but my grandma was a citizen of Northern Ireland, which was under British rule, and that's how they met. They got married, and she came to the United States. But so as far as diversity goes, really, the United States has a lot of different diversity, and in terms of schools, we actually have mandatory diversity, which is an interesting concept that I know not a lot of people really get. In United States schools, there are certain benchmarks or goals that schools have. So in something like the University of Central Florida, where I go to school, there are goals to have a certain number of men, a certain number of women, a certain number of people who are white, a certain number of African Americans, a certain number of Hispanic people, a certain number of people who speak English, a certain number of people who speak Spanish, a certain number of people who are able-bodied, and a certain number of people with limitations who may be disabled, maybe in a wheelchair or crutches or something like that. So the United States actually requires schools to have certain numbers of each of those. A big thing is that the schools kind of encourage you to have that much money. The federal government will give you money if you meet them. Excuse me. So that's why schools really try to get to certain numbers. You'll see a lot of organizations form because of that. So like at my school, there are organizations where people who learn to speak Russian, we have our own place where we all go and we all talk to each other every week. But then there's also a place for people who are Hispanic in origin. They all get together and they talk every week. And you do that separately. We also have the requirement for our teachers. We normally have a requirement that our teachers have so many men, so many women, so many of each ethnicity. It's a lot. So other than that, do y'all have any questions about any of it? Because I can just talk for 10 minutes. I'm sorry?
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you.
What do you think about the university? I mean, what is the atmosphere?
Oh, I really like it. It's really beautiful. Yesterday I went to the main campus and old. It was very interesting because we couldn't go all the way to the top. And basically we had to go on one elevator and then we had to get on another elevator. It was very confusing, but it was very cool and everybody was very friendly.
American like
Definitely.
or something like
Everything, yeah. So you all take the metro and buses, and where I'm from, we usually do not do that. We usually take cars everywhere because we don't have a metro because Florida is up below sea level, so we cannot have a metro.
Do you find life in Moscow vibrant, too energetic for you?
I really like it. It's very fast-paced, and in Miami, like where I'm from, it's also very fast-paced. Like the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area, it's a city, so it's very fast-paced as well.
It's the same.
No, I'd say Moscow is a little bit more fast-paced, but it's really great. I went to St. Petersburg, and it was a little slower, but they also had a lot more tourists, so it was very.
And how do you find Moscow in comparison with St. Petersburg?
I like Moscow a lot better. Like I like the people a lot better, but I think St. Petersburg is more beautiful. It looks older, even though Moscow is older than St. Petersburg, it looks a lot older. But I'd say the people are nicer in Moscow, and they also don't speak as much English, and that's good for me so I can practice. In St. Petersburg, almost everybody I spoke to spoke English. So it was definitely something different, but I definitely like Moscow, prefer Moscow.
Okay, Natalie, do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have one sister. She's 12 years old. Her name is Corey. Yes. Yes, she's my baby.
Have you found some minuses in Russia's life? I mean, some difficulties for you except Russian language?
Russian language, yes. The grammar. It's difficult compared to English and Spanish and German. Like, it's very difficult because the genders, the neutral, yes, the genders are difficult. And then you have like 6, 7 different cases. I'm sure there's more, but I haven't learned them yet. So like you have a different endings for everything.
Number of Chinese people in the USA. I think it's like separated by geographical region though, because I think there are a lot of Chinese people living in California. Since in the 1800s there was like a mass immigration there, but in the Midwest, in the center of America, I have yet to see a Chinese person. Sometimes I think I'm the first Chinese person that they've ever seen. But where I live, there's a decent number. I think Chinese Americans make up only about like 4%, maybe less of the U.S. population at most. Maybe like 0.4%. I don't know, but not a lot.
And you feel like more from the USA or from China?
So I definitely would call myself an America girl. My parents would definitely consider themselves Chinese. So it's interesting. But I just, having been in both, I would say they're totally different. But there's so much to love about both cultures. And it's the same with Russia, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like Russia's very similar. I think Moscow's very similar to New York City, but when I went to Rostov, it was.
What's Rostov?
So it's
Rostov a great or not?
Oh, they asked me this last time. I was like, I don't know which one it is. There's two.
Just Rostov.
It was 2 hours by train.
Rostov on the Don?
It's not. There were monasteries. That's all I know about it. I got a lot of mosquito bites, as you can probably see. I would think that was more similar to China, because my parents are from rural villages. So when I visited Rostov, it was very, very similar to that. And and Rostov was actually beautiful. There was so much culture. I went to the monasteries. We ate at one restaurant for like 3 days. And we lived inside the Kremlin, which was really, really interesting. And I got this ring there, and we went to a lot of markets. Things are very, very cheap there.
Is it from Rostov?
Yeah. Apparently, if this was in Moscow,
Souvenir.
it's my like
It's very beautiful.
I wasn't planning on getting it, but once I saw it, I was like, this is beautiful. And we actually passed the factory where they made this.
Silver or not?
No clue, but I failed the metal detector like 3 times, so maybe. So yeah, do you guys have any other anything? I'm down to talk about anything. Probably.
What's your hobby?
Oh, I really like riding my bike, and I play soccer too. I'm on my school's soccer team. Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Grace. Nice.
Hi everybody, меня зовут Саша.
Меня зовут Spencer.
Вопросы?
Maybe a few words about yourself and then questions.
Sure. So right now I study the Russian language at the University of Central Florida. My main area of study is marketing, so primarily business. My overall goal is to use both marketing and the Russian minor for international business relations. So primarily maybe in the Eurasian sector or Asian sector, so maybe I'll work here. Who knows, it'll be fun.
I also study at the University of Central Florida. My major is international and global studies, and that's mainly study of foreign relations, foreign governments, foreign politics, foreign conflicts, that type of stuff. I hope to join the military once I graduate, and I also study the Russian language mainly because I've always thought it was an interesting country, and I always wanted to, come here and meet the people and stuff. So.
Very good.
So you're originally from US?
Yes, we are from Orlando, Florida.
Orlando.
Why did you choose Russian to study?
Why did I choose Russia to study? Well, originally, я родился в Ташкенте. And so I guess, so my family's Russian to begin with, but when we came to the US, we started speaking English more than Russian, and I guess I just lost the language. And so now I'm here to pick it back up again. So I think it's the best way to do it, aside, because you can only do so much in a classroom, whereas when you come here and speak with people like you, and go out in the street and try and buy food or get directions, you really, really, improve your skills. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. And I love it too. I love it. It's a lot of fun.
I didn't catch. Do you play some sports?
Currently, you are studying Russian, yeah?
Yes, and marketing as well, so like business.
How long have you studied Russian?
About 3 years. 3 years. And how long have you been studying English?
Difficult to say. I can say that I have been studying English from my school, for example, 20 years ago. But
oh, okay.
But it's not serious.
Yes, I see.
I'd like to learn to ski, so I can say that I haven't studied English.
Yeah, I know.
I was 20.
2 years.
Okay. Okay, it's very good. It's very, very good. Очень хорошо.
My turn?
Yeah, maybe next year.
You ski yourself?
Yeah, I'm a snowboarder.
Okay. No, there's a lot of skiing and snowboard up there, so.
Yeah, we every year, for the last 5 years, every year we're going to the summer resort. Yeah, in Italy, France, Austria, and maybe next year I want to go to America and to Aspen. It is a pretty expensive place.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but actually in Europe it is expensive too.
Oh, it's expensive for us Americans for the euro. You really have to save up, but it's really worth it.
Yeah. It's the place like entertainment place. It's not only the ski, it is the.
Oh, it's like a resort.
City, yeah.
Talk about the traveling. What are the places, like must-see places in US that you think?
That the tourist doesn't know.
I'm not sure. South Carolina is pretty nice. It's not like if you're really into like outdoors type stuff. South Carolina is nice. Like the Appalachian Trail, if you want to hike that, that's really nice. But I mean, most of like, it's sort of like all of it is touristy now. Like all the major places. Places I've been have been touristy. Washington D.C., Charleston, South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia. But I have family there. So, but Aspen, you know, it's a lot of tourists, but you're gonna have fun.
I mean, I think every X Games, you know, the
X Games,
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of years in Aspen.
Yeah. Salt Lake City for skiing and stuff, they're really good too. They held the Winter Olympics a while back, I think 2000, 2002. So yeah, for skiing, they're pretty good in Utah. No, if you have
Go ahead. Your travel and experience. What are the countries that you visited? Maybe.
Well, this is the first time I've actually been abroad to like Europe. The only other time I went sort of abroad was when I was 10. We went on a cruise, and that was like Haiti, Jamaica, Grand Cayman, Cozumel, Mexico. So the climate was a lot different, more tropical. But most of my traveling has been, you know, in the continental U.S. So this is actually like the first time I flew.
Okay.
How long have you been here?
Have I been in Moscow?
Yeah, in Moscow.
We have been here for like a week and a half so far. We've already been to St. Petersburg.
A week and a half is left, yeah?
I have about a week and a half left. We're here for 3 weeks in total, but it's about a month with travel. So
who pays for that?
we do. We had to pay all for it because we have to pay tuition, and then we have to pay our travel costs. So hotels. Yeah, we don't really get like a scholarship for this. But do you guys pay for tuition for school? Do you pay to go to school?
I don't. I have a scholarship.
Okay.
It's about 2,000 rubles. It's about $60.
Oh, for tuition?
No, it's my scholarship.
Oh, your scholarship.
$60.
Okay,
It's
interesting.
pretty low. It's pretty low.
I mean, it's something. Like, we have to pay about $3,000 in tuition per semester. So I get a scholarship from the state of Florida. We do something special. The state of Florida, if you come out of high school with great grades, good community service hours, then the state gives you a certain amount of money per semester for 4 years to go to school. So like luckily I get some money, some help from the state to go to school so I can, you know, continue my education. So
Were your family, were your parents happy when they knew that you are going to Moscow?
Yes, I've always wanted to travel. It's kind of like a big thing in the United States. I don't know if it is for you, to travel and to go see the world. So for me, I was very excited to get out anywhere. I wanted to go to Paris a while ago and London. So finally, when I took the Russian language program, we had this opportunity to study abroad. And I was like, Mom, Dad, like, I don't care what you say, I'm going to Russia, this is happening. And did you guys see the movie Taken with Liam Neeson?
Yes.
Taken? Yeah, okay. So basically, his daughter, this like important guy, his daughter travels to Paris on her own and she gets kidnapped.
Yes.
So my parents saw that movie and my mom was like, nope, you can't travel. You're not going anywhere. You're going to get taken. So my mom always worries about me, but education-wise, they're very excited. I'm the first person in my family to go to university. So it's kind of like a big deal for me, and I'm graduating in fall, so.
And what was the reason for minoring in Russian? Why not in French?
That's a good question. So in America, since I want to work for the government, they have a list that they put out of languages that they need people to know to work for them, and Russian is one of them, because they don't have enough people who speak Russian in the government. So originally I was learning French, and I was like, I'm not really loving French, so let me move to something that I think will benefit my career better. So I moved to Russian. I fell in love with it my first year, then I went to my second year and I loved it even more, and I decided, why not just take it a step further, learn about the culture, you know, what if I move there one day, what if I get to keep exploring? You guys have the most amazing history. Your history is so much bigger than our history, you know what I mean? And like we went to St. Petersburg, I'm going on random tangents, but we went to Catherine's Palace the other day. Have you guys been to Catherine's Palace?
Oh, where?
Catherine's Palace.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God, fell in love, loved it. Anyway, so yeah, I fell in love with the culture, I fell in love with the language. It's helping me in my career, kind of whole package deal, so yes. Oh my God, fell in love, loved it. Anyway, so yeah, I fell in love with the culture, I fell in love with the language. It's helping me in my career, kind of whole package deal, so yeah.
What's just take a gap year after the school? Gap year when you're not studying.
Oh, a gap year.
Gap year.
We have that. It's kind of optional. Me, I went right out of high school into college. But I do have friends who didn't study for a whole year and then went to college. Oh. Well, thank you guys so much for talking with me. I know. You guys were so great. Nice to meet you too. Bye.
Okay. So, you guys have any questions about America or sports?
Yeah, probably about America.
Yeah.
How does like the things about Russia that are told in the US differ from what is in reality?
What is? How does the USA and Russia differ?
No, I mean like in USA you're told several things about Russia, and how are they different from the reality?
So I know that there were a lot of protests in Moscow on Russia Day, and in the American press, a lot of them said like there's these huge riots and things like that, but we were actually there and it didn't seem as bad as it actually was. And so I just think like that's an example where they focus on things that maybe aren't really true. I'm not really sure.
For basketball? Probably Ben Simmons. I don't know. You probably. Yeah, I don't know if have you guys heard of any basketball players? Oh yeah. Have you heard of any basketball players from America? No. Yeah. Cool. Do you know? Have you heard of Lonzo Ball? What? Lonzo Ball. No, I don't know. He's a basketball player at UCLA. He's really famous.
Universities such as Vanderbilt in Nashville.
Yeah.
Or in I forgot the name. In Philadelphia.
Penn?
No. She told me where. The most famous university.
In Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Not Penn? Pennsylvania? Penn? Villanova? I'm trying. It's in Philadelphia? There's like Temple.
She has her doctorate in teaching English as a second language. I am going to study under her as her student, and because of that I'll get to present research because she has a doctorate. If you don't have a doctorate, it's hard as a student to work with a professor that just has a master's to present research. But I really enjoy the atmosphere that she and the knowledge that she brings, because she has put in so many years and hard work and effort into her degree, into her doctorate. She knows what she's doing, so she can help me along my path and along what I want to do. So
how many years is PhD? 6, 3, 4, or 6?
It actually depends. You can do master's is typically 2 years. A PhD can take anywhere from 3 years to 10 years. It depends on what you study. For instance, in physics, it's not uncommon for you to take 8 years to get a PhD in physics. But for marketing, I know people that have done it in 2.5 years, but they put all of their effort into it. So.
What is the name? What is the name of this
RA.
position?
RA.
Array?
RA.
Of the position. What we do?
Resident assistant.
President assistant.
Yes.
President assistant. And who is the president? President of the college or?
So like you have like a boss, and then like they control like a few hundred people, and then you control like actual students. Yeah, you help them, you mentor them.
Okay.
Hello.
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 My name is
Nice to meet you.
I'm Lydia.
What's your name? My name is Scarlett, and I'm the Russian club president at UCF.
Well, I don't know Russian culture that well, but
Everyone says that we're rude,
yeah,
we're sad,
yeah.
and here all of us are smiling, and it's a bit weird. It's like a stereotype.
Yeah.
And if it's a stranger, yes, we will be rude, we will be sad, and maybe angry, but most of the time we are happy, we're smiling as everyone.
Yeah, in America, most people think, like you said, the stereotype, where it's like kind of the angry Russian.
And
But
my friends visited America, and then she told me they smile every time.
yeah,
You go through the street and you see them smiling, and she was like, it's weird, it's weird. But maybe they teach us to be honest. I don't know.
yeah. Same in like at my school, they say honesty is really important. It's the same thing.
And our parents teach us to be, it's dangerous everywhere, and you should be very careful. Don't talk to strangers. Don't trust anyone. Yeah, don't trust everyone.
So do you want to play some kind of sport in the university?
Might.
And you are going to visit St. Petersburg, or you have already been there?
So we're going there tomorrow.
Huh?
We're gonna go to travel to St. Petersburg tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We'll stay there for about 5 days. Then we're gonna go to back to America.
And is it interesting to you to study Russian language?
I don't actually study Russian.
Oh, really?
I don't speak any Russian.
Yes, you're from it's a college program. Okay.
Do you know some words, Russian words?
I only know like privyet, danyet, like that's about it. Yeah.
Well, what do you think about Russian people?
Same as Americans.
Really?
Yeah. Like different language, but you guys seem pretty like similar to Americans actually. Like chill.
Well, I think so. And do you travel a lot?
Me? No, actually. I stay in America. I actually haven't left America since like.
Can I have a few volunteers to share your experience this evening? Did you hear anything funny? Yes, I did.
My turn. Thank you. Oh wow, that's funny. Okay, I heard that American people think that Russian people cannot buy PS4 and Xbox and stuff like that. Yeah, that's okay.
So you help educate your American colleagues about that, right? About the realities on the ground here. This is part of our program here. We are exchanging our life experiences, right? Where we have all these misconceptions and we are fighting those, right? We're fighting our prejudices by exchanging our experiences with one another, right? Good. Anyone else want to share? Yes.
Hello. I'm not standing. Sorry. I heard that a lot of people in Russia thought that everybody agreed with Donald Trump and his policies, which is completely incorrect. But I'm glad you asked. So, thank you.
Anyone else want to share?
Thank you very much. It's a lucky day for me because finally I learned that there is no difference between football and soccer. But there is difference between American football and football. So now I'm an expert on that. Thank you very much, all my professors from this distant corner.
Thank you to all the Russian people that told me to break the Russian stereotype that Russians drink vodka at every meal. I will gladly take that to the United States and tell everyone that.
And it sounds like you found that you had way more in common than not, right?
It was very surprising actually to hear maybe 5 times that Russian people are so friendly. It was like this. We were really in shock because actually we thought that American people are so friendly and Russian people are so unfriendly, and that was a real surprise. And I opened that actually maybe American people they have no such stereotypes as we see it, and Russian people have not such stereotypes as American people think. So we kind of equal, and the connection between us is more strong as we thought. So thank you very much.
Very nicely said. Thank you.